Selena, what are you up to? Have you finished preparing lunch yet? What is taking so long? You're not that good in the kitchen for a housewife, are you?
Keelan, I'm not home today. As I previously stated, I have a job today. I made your lunch yesterday, so you can take it out of the fridge and heat it up if you're hungry. It has been labeled for you.
Oh my God. Aren't you ashamed of yourself for making up such stories? Not to mention making your mother-in-law eat cold leftovers. You can't possibly do anything properly, can you?
They aren't stale leftovers. I made it for you for lunch, like I mentioned, and you may reheat it in the microwave. And I'm not making things up. What am I meant to be lying about?
Oh, I know you're a full-time housewife swindling my son's money. You don't have to appear to be employed or anything. Are you out shopping or something?
What gives you that impression? And why would I fabricate a lie in the first place? You can ask Roger about it when you see him.
I'm sure you're telling your horrible housewife buddies about me. It's very bad. Why aren't you down at the fertility clinic if you have so much spare time?
Why are you bringing it up now?
Despite the fact that you claim to be a full-time housewife, you go out and leave the tasks unfinished so you may gossip about me. And how come you and Roger haven't had any children? It must be your fault because I have yet to have a grandchild. Do you not believe you should take some responsibility and act? Roger is a sad case.
I don't need to visit a fertility clinic because children are a blessing. If it happens, it happens. And, besides, I do have a job. Because of the epidemic, I mainly work from home these days, but there are instances when I need to visit the workplace. I'm sure I've mentioned it before.
Even though Felix purchased a wonderful home for the two of you to live in, I can see it going to waste in your hands. Aren't you ashamed to call yourself a housewife?
I don't consider myself a housewife. I told you I have a job. What are you on about? The house is fine.
To be honest, Roger does not deserve such treatment.
What exactly do you mean by that?
He was finally able to accumulate enough money to buy a brand new house because of all of his hard work over the years. And yet, his wife is doing nothing to keep it. Simply sitting around idly, day after day, allowing the place to degrade. After all, you are a parasite.
Did Roger truly say any of that?
What do you mean?
Did Roger inform you that he had purchased the house?
He, of course, purchased the house. It's unmistakable. I'm not even going to ask him.
Isn't that correct? If you say so. Anyway, I'm about to start working again, so no more texts from me till I return home. And don't forget about your lunch in the fridge. I made it especially for you, so I'm confident you'll be fine.
You're such a heartless woman. I'm not sure how Roger married a useless lady like you. Oh, my boy.
Good day, Keelan. What did you tell your mom about the house, Roger?
Huh? What exactly is going on? What about the house? Is something going on?
Why does your mother believe you purchased the house? Did you tell her about it? I believe you should explain the situation to her.
Oh, come on, that's unnecessary. Anyway, why would I deliberately say something that would irritate her?
What do you mean, irritate her? How about me? Your mom doesn't seem to realize I'm working. It goes in one ear and out the other no matter how many times I explain it to her. She even referred to me as a parasite. She accused me of living on your money. Doesn't that worry you in the least?
To be honest, it doesn't.
Roger, are you serious?
It's impossible to avoid. You know she's at that age now? She was set in her ways and all that. It is too late for her to change her ways. I wouldn't put too much stock in what she says. Simply allow her to believe whatever she wants. It's not a huge deal. I believe we should just let her believe that her son worked well and was able to get a wonderful house. That way, she'll be happier. Don't you think it's best for all three of us if we just leave it? What's the issue?
I'm not bothered if she believes it. Or, more accurately, I don't care either way. However, it becomes a problem when she resents me for it. She's continually insulting me and moaning about everything I do. To be absolutely honest, I'm over it. Can't you just tell her what's going on and end it? I'm tired of dealing with it.
As I previously stated, why would I go out of my way to say something that would irritate her?
Don't you want your wife and mother to get along with one another? Are you all right with us fighting all the time?
Selena, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm busy right now. I'll call you later.
Busy? So, what are you doing?
You know, this and that. I don't have time to go into detail.
Have you been looking for work lately? Why are you so busy when you haven't even gone to an interview in months?
It's not important, okay? Could you please leave me alone? Anyway, whatever you two are going through has nothing to do with me. You're both women, so you should be able to get along. I'll leave you to it. I don't want to become involved.
But you are the source of her resentment. Roger, this isn't right.
That's all. I'm done with you. You must get out of this house immediately. Stop taking advantage of my son.
Please excuse me?
If you're not going to behave like a respectable wife, I'm not going to allow you freeload on my son any longer, you parasite. So I demand that you leave.
What exactly are you on about? You want me to go? Why? I've always been nice to you. After all, you're the one who made the decision to come and live with us in the first place. And now you want me to go? Do you believe that will happen?
Oh, I know it'll happen. I'm Roger's mother, after all. I have the authority to make decisions about who resides in our home.
Despite the fact that none of you owns the house?
You've done it again. Acting all lofty and powerful. You have no right to minimize his accomplishments. He's been working for years to be able to afford this property. You should express your gratitude to him. To be honest, your terrible attitude is exactly why you're a parasite. A housewife who is unable to bear children and refuses to do housekeeping has no value in our world. There is no worth at all.
What an archaic mindset. I'm almost impressed that you can say it with a straight face despite having no knowledge of the subject.
You aim to mock me in addition to badmouthing my son?
No way. In fact, if you insist, I intend to honor your request.
Excellent. So you'll be leaving right away? I feel like my luck is dwindling with every second you spend in this house. So you do me a favor and depart the house as soon as feasible.
Fine. If that's how you feel, I suppose there's nothing you can do. I'll be gone before you realize it.
It's about time. My son and I shall be liberated from your oppressive presence. As you may imagine, living in the same house as a filthy parasite like you has been quite stressful for me.
Now you're truly overstepping your bounds. Do you suppose I'll just accept that? This is known as verbal abuse.
I couldn't care less how you feel about it. You'll be out of the home anyhow. Roger's house, by the way, was purchased with money acquired through effort and tears. We don't want a parasite like you hanging around who doesn't give anything to the house. Please just leave us alone.
Sure, why not? Then I'll just sell the house.
What? What exactly do you mean?
Keelan, farewell.
Just a moment, young lady. Please explain what you meant. What exactly do you mean, sell the house? What exactly do you intend to do?
You may wonder how. It is, after all, my home. So, if you insist on my leaving, I suppose I'll have no choice but to sell it. Unless you decide to leave, in which case I will almost certainly sell it. After all, it is a lovely home, as you stated. I'm confident I'll be able to sell it quickly. But, in any case, you no longer have to put up with a nasty parasite like me. Does that make you feel better?
Wait a second. What exactly is going on? What exactly are you saying? What exactly do you mean by your house? What do you mean? You've been babbling all along. You can't possibly do all of that. Don't act as though this house is yours when Roger has worked hard for years to afford it. You have no right to disrespect my son.
I'm not mocking anyone. The truth is, I own this house. In the legal sense.
How can that be?
I paid for it with my money. The contract is in my name.
I don't comprehend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you astonished that the house you've been living in all this time, which you thought belonged to your son, now belongs to your cold-hearted, parasitic daughter-in-law? Do you need a moment to digest that? The house is mine, therefore if you want me to leave, you must buy it from me. Not that your Roger has the funds to do so, but you are welcome to try.
What exactly is going on here? So this isn't Roger's house?
That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Roger, by the way, hasn't worked in over a year. He is unemployed.
What exactly is he?
Oh, he didn't seem to tell you, did he? He initially attempted to locate another employment, but gave up when he could not find immediate success. He hasn't had a job interview in months, nor has he sent out a CV. This entire time, he's been living off of my money.
So, where has he been all day?
He generally drives to the drive-thru down the road and spends the entire day there. He occasionally goes out to the racecourse to wager or simply waits at a pub until it gets dark. Or he just spends the day at his girlfriend's house playing video games.
What do you mean his girlfriend's house? Gambling?
You're not telling the truth. You're making stuff up yet again. None of those things would ever occur to Roger. You are free to believe whatever you wish. However, it will not affect the fact that what I have just told you is true. You can ask him. It wasn't him who has been there for you the whole time, it's been me. I've let you both live in my house and have covered all of your bills. You didn't know anything about it.
No way. Are you sure Roger is unemployed? That cannot be true. It's illogical. How have you been able to exist if neither of you are working?
How many times do I have to say this? I'm employed. I do my work from home. I've been working since before Roger and I were married, so I've accumulated some savings. But I can't continue to live in the same house with you two and deal with your behavior. I'll be leaving this place, so I'll sell the house.
But wait a minute. Where are we going if what you say is true? We make no money. How will we survive?
I've got no idea. You'll have to work things out with your scumbag son and decide for yourselves.
You have no right to label my son a scumbag. That's a terrible thing to say about your own hubby.
That's the truth. He is unemployed, therefore I doubt he will be able to pay alimony if I divorce him. But, since we've arrived at this stage, I've decided to divorce him. In the best-case scenario, his girlfriend will pay his legal bills.
What's the point? You intend to divorce him and sell your home? Are you certain?
Obviously, I'm serious. Why would I want to stay in this house and support my unfaithful husband? I'm not interested. In any case, please decide whether the two of you will leave the house or stay and buy it from me. Because the property market is still on the rise, I encourage you make your decision as soon as possible.
Remove it immediately. How did you do it? You're Roger's wife, right? I'll admit that I was unaware of his unemployment. However, everyone experiences difficulties in life. And it's your obligation as his wife to be there for him when things become tough.
I did back him up. Actually, for an entire year. I put up with your verbal and physical assaults. I tolerated his deception and let him gamble away my money. But this is where it all comes down to. To be honest, I'm at a loss for words.
But you can't just compel us to leave. You are not thinking clearly. Consider the consequences of your actions.
And have you too considered my situation? Huh?
What precisely do you mean?
Did you try to compel me to leave? You mistook this for Roger's home. Did you consider what I would do? Where would I go?
Couldn't you just go back to live with your folks or something?
My folks live on the other side of the country. You had completely forgotten about me. So you have no right to complain when I treat you similarly.
What exactly are you attempting to say?
How many times do I need to say it? I'm going to sell the house. If you want me to leave, I must sell it. Because it's my residence. Do you understand now? I don't care where you and your scumbag son go.
How can you have such a callous attitude toward us? We're a part of your family.
Nope. You're just some other people who have nothing to do with me after the divorce is finalized. I'm not acting irresponsibly. Although I'm sure you went white as a sheep during this conversation, I've reached my limit. This is the course of action I've been compelled to take. You realize that everything is your fault, right? So make your bed and sleep in it.
Please, Selena, think about Roger and me for a moment.
I'm done thinking about you too. I no longer need any of you in my life. No matter how hard you try, I've already made up my mind. I no longer have feelings for either of you. And when he stopped looking for work and began cheating on me with another woman, I went frigid. I'm glad I made the decision to divorce him. By the way, I've informed Roger about the situation. Good day to you, Keelan.
Selena, pause. Roger is currently unemployed, so how are we expected to survive? Who is going to back us up?
Who knows? Certainly not me. I suppose you'll have to obtain a job. After all, you're not old enough to qualify for a pension. For the time being, if you want to survive, you'll have to work. That, or make your son work. In any case, it is no longer relevant to me.
Selena, please rethink.
Why would I do something like that?
I can't deny that we've had a few misunderstandings thus far. But, from now on, let's strive to get along better. It is still not too late. I'm available to assist you around the house. Let us three look after each other. Because we are family, we must support one another.
Think about it. Your attitude toward me has changed now that you're in danger. Sorry, but it is too late. But I must say, that made me laugh. Anyway, from now on, you and I are strangers, so stop referring to the three of us as family. Have you ever treated me like family before? And now that it's convenient, you want to get along with me?
I get it. I sincerely apologize for anything I've done to you. Please don't desert us. We have nowhere to go. And I can't seem to find work.
So I know where your son gets it. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you want to survive, you must stop grumbling and start seeking for a job. Good luck with your job searches, both of you. You're going to need it. After that, thank you, Keelan discovered the truth about her son and recognized what I told her was accurate. Roger was ultimately stumped. He was divorced, jobless, and obliged to pay alimony since he had been adulterous and abusive. He couldn't do anything to save himself.
Good evening, Mom. I hope you're doing well.
What's wrong, Lonnie?
I wanted to ask if it would be possible for us to buy some groceries for the kids. We're running low on supplies, and I thought it would be helpful.
Lonnie, I understand your situation, but I don't agree with providing you with groceries. You and the kids spend too much, and you don't contribute financially to the family. I won't spend any money on you.
I understand your concerns, Mom, and I want you to know that I am actively looking for work. It's just that without someone to take care of the kids, I can't go out and find a job to help support the family.
It's been a long time since you've been without a job. I've seen how much money is being spent, and it's not sustainable. I won't enable this kind of dependency.
Mom, I want you to know that I'm not comfortable relying on others for financial support. I genuinely want to contribute, but finding suitable childcare has been a challenge.
I understand that it can be difficult to find childcare, but it's important for you to take responsibility. You can't expect others to constantly provide for you and the kids. It's time for you to find a solution and start working towards being self-sufficient.
But I hope you understand that the money my husband earns has been sent to you. I believe that both you and I have the right to use that money for our own expenses and livelihood.
I understand that Kane has transferred the money to me, but it is not solely yours to claim. It belongs to the family as a whole, not just you. I have concerns about your ability to contribute financially, and I question your dependence on Kane and his family.
I want to clarify that I never intended to be solely dependent on Kane or his family. I have been actively searching for employment and striving to improve our financial situation. The money Kane transferred is meant to support our family, and I believe it should be utilized accordingly.
I believe you should be self-sufficient and not solely rely on others, especially my son and his family. I want what is best for him and our family's future. And don't think about bothering us anymore.
I understand your concerns, and I share the desire for our family's well-being. However, I believe it's important to address the present situation and find a solution that benefits everyone. I am committed to finding employment and taking steps towards financial independence.
It's not just about finding employment temporarily. I want to see long-term stability and financial responsibility from you. I believe you need to prove yourself and show that you can contribute to our family's future, both financially and emotionally. I have observed your behavior, and I must say, I don't think you're deserving of my son. You seem to be nothing more than a dependent, clinging onto my son and his family.
I'm sorry if my actions have given you that impression, Mom. I assure you that I have no intention of being a burden or causing any distress. I value my relationship with your son and our family.
It's not just my impression, Lonnie. I see how you rely on my son financially. You haven't held a steady job, and you seem content with living off his income. It's concerning to me.
I understand your concerns, Mom, but please know that I've been actively searching for employment. I've had a few setbacks, but I'm determined to contribute to our household financially. I'm not complacent in my situation.
It's not just about financial contributions, Lonnie. It's about taking responsibility and showing ambition in life. I hope you understand, Lonnie, that my son deserves a partner who is independent, driven, and capable of standing on her own 2 feet. I want the best for him, and I question whether you can provide that.
I understand that you want the best for your son, but you need to respect my opinion.
Ha! What?
Mom, I never meant to offend you by asking for some money to cover my expenses. I apologize if it came across that way. I'm facing some financial difficulties at the moment, and I was hoping for your understanding.
Understanding? You think I should understand that you want to spend money freely without contributing anything? You're just a useless burden, always relying on others like a parasite. I can't believe you would dare to insult me by asking for money.
Mom, I'm shocked by your harsh words. I never intended to insult you. I simply hoped for your empathy and support, considering the challenges I'm facing. I thought you, as a woman who has experienced the struggles of motherhood and financial hardships, would understand.
Don't compare yourself to me. Even in difficult times, I never resorted to being unemployed and begging for money. I have always taken care of myself and my family. I don't want to discuss this any further. You should be grateful for living in a good family like ours.
I respect your accomplishments and the life you have built. But please understand that everyone's circumstances are different. I'm trying my best to improve our situation, and sometimes that involves seeking temporary assistance. I never intended to take advantage of you.
I am your mother-in-law, and I love you as my own. But it doesn't mean I have to support your every request. I expect you to be independent and responsible. If you're unable to manage your own finances, it reflects poorly on your character and undermines your worth.
I understand your expectations, and I genuinely want to become a self-reliant individual. I'm working hard to find a job and contribute to our family's well-being. I hope you can have faith in me and offer guidance rather than criticism. I'm sorry if my words were offensive. I didn't mean to disrespect you by asking for some money to spend. I understand that you have your reasons for not wanting to give me the funds, but I hope you can understand my situation as well.
How dare you? You have the audacity to speak to me in such a manner. You are nothing but a worthless parasite, always relying on others for your survival. You have no right to demand anything from me.
I'm deeply hurt by your words, Mom. I never intended to be a burden or offend you in any way. I just wanted you to understand the challenges I'm facing. I thought you, as a mother who has experienced the struggles of raising children and facing financial difficulties, would empathize with me.
Don't you dare compare yourself to me. I have never been a freeloader like you, begging for money. I don't want to waste any more words on this matter. As your mother-in-law, I love you, but you need to learn your place and appreciate the privilege of being part of a good family.
I understand that you've had your own experiences and hardships, and I respect that. But please try to understand that I am not trying to take advantage of anyone. I am going through a tough time, and I hoped for your understanding and support.
You should be ashamed of yourself for living like a parasite in this house.
Mom, don't you think I'm exaggerating after all these insults? This is too much. I want you to understand that I will try harder to fulfill my responsibilities in the family, but with a young child, it can be challenging for me to excel in every aspect.
I don't want to hear excuses from useless and unemployed individuals like you. I refuse to listen to any more of this. Furthermore, I am declaring that you have no right to be in this house anymore, and I will not provide you with any financial support.
Mom, I never intended to be a burden to you or the family. I am doing my best in my circumstances, but sometimes it's not easy. I am trying to provide for my child and be a responsible mother.
I have made up my mind. You will no longer have any standing in this household, and I will not be providing you with any money from now on.
I have made up my mind. You will no longer have any standing in this household, and I will not be providing you with any money from now on.
Shut up! Know your position!
I became silent, feeling sad and uncertain, as my mother-in-law reaffirmed her decision, leaving me feeling displaced and uncertain about my future. While surfing IG, I suddenly realized that my husband's family had a trip this week, but everyone was silent and ignored when they didn't tell me anything about this trip. They never told me and secretly went together. Mom, I can't believe you left me out of the family trip without even letting me know. How could you do that?
What family trip are you talking about? There was no trip. We just visited some relatives for a few days, not a vacation like you had.
That's not true. I saw the plane ticket in my husband's bag. They were departing on the day you all left.
Oh, so you found a ticket? Let me clarify, dear. We didn't go on a family trip. I have no idea why you think we did. And I think I need to explain or try to clarify the reasons for you. I think you are smart enough to realize your own problem.
Don't lie to me, Mom. I know there was a trip, and you purposely excluded me. Am I not considered a family member like everyone else?
What? What are you questioning? You think I purposely excluded you? Let me remind you, dear. I was once a penniless parasite myself, relying on others. But now, I am no longer that. Don't compare yourself to everyone in the family.
How can you say that? I thought we were family, and family members don't treat each other like this. It hurts to be left out and ignored.
You misunderstand, Lonnie. I never said you're not family. But don't assume that you should be a part of everything. We all have our own lives and priorities.
But I've always been there for everyone, supporting and caring for the family. Why am I being treated differently now? It's not fair.
Life is not always fair, Lonnie. And just because you've been there for everyone doesn't mean they owe you the same. We all have our own perspectives and choices. You need to understand that.
I just want to feel included and valued, Mom. Is that too much to ask? I deserve to be a part of my own family's activities and decisions. I can't help but feel hurt and excluded. Why did you want to leave me out of the family trip? Don't you consider me a member of the family like everyone else?
What? What are you questioning? Are you insinuating that I intentionally excluded you? Let me remind you, dear, that there was a time when I was just a penniless parasite myself. I was dependent on others in this house. But now, I am no longer that. Don't compare yourself to everyone in the family.
I'm not comparing myself to anyone. I just want to understand why I wasn't included. It hurts to see everyone else enjoying themselves without me, as if I don't belong.
Lonnie, it's not about belonging or not considering you a family member. It's about circumstances and individual choices. Everyone has their own lives and priorities. You shouldn't take it personally.
I've always been there for the family, supporting and caring for everyone. Why am I being treated differently now? It feels like you're disregarding my presence and my role in this family.
You must understand that life is not always fair. People change, situations change, and dynamics change. It doesn't mean you are any less important, but it's unrealistic to expect to be a part of everything.
I'm not asking to be a part of everything, Mom. I just want to be included when it comes to family activities and decisions. Is that too much to ask for?
Lonnie, it's not that simple. We all have different perspectives and circumstances. Sometimes plans are made in a hurry or there are limitations. It doesn't mean we don't value you or your opinions. You are a part of this family, and that won't change.
I understand that things may not always go as planned, but I can't help feeling left out and unimportant. It's disheartening to see everyone else involved while I'm left in the dark. So who is the girl with her family?
Which girl?
I need to know, who is the girl accompanying Kane? I've seen them being intimate with each other.
You don't need to worry about that. She's just an acquaintance of mine.
I can't ignore this, Mom. Are you trying to hide my husband's affair because that girl is better than me?
You shouldn't speculate on baseless and irrational assumptions like that. You need to know your place in this family.
I'm furious, Mom. So, what is my position in this family?
If you consider yourself useless, then you should stay at home and take care of the family.
Why are you saying that? Initially, you asked me to stay at home and take care of my husband and children instead of working like others.
Everyone contributes and earns money in their own way, even when staying at home. But in your case, you just sit around doing nothing, without any income, which makes you seem useless. You are not worthy of my son.
So, Kane having an affair with another woman is considered normal? Should I just accept my position?
I think you're overreacting. It's just a minor story causing a fuss.
So why did you initially ask me to stay at home and take care of my husband and children instead of going to work like everyone else?
Well, people who stay at home can still contribute financially in their own ways. But in your case, you seem to be useless, sitting at home without any money or a job. You're not deserving of my son.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How can you say that? I've been taking care of this family and sacrificing my career for them. And now you're telling me I'm worthless?
Look, it's normal for my son, Cain, to have other women in his life. People have affairs all the time. You need to understand your position.
This is outrageous. I can't accept that kind of behavior from my husband, and I won't tolerate being treated like this. I deserve respect and loyalty.
Lonnie, you don't seem to understand. It's not about respect or loyalty, it's just the way things are. I think you need to come to terms with your position in this family.
I refuse to accept that. I am a strong and independent woman, and I deserve better. I won't let anyone belittle me or undermine my self-worth.
You can think whatever you want, Lonnie, but the reality is that you should lower your expectations. You're just causing unnecessary drama by not understanding your place in this family.
I will not allow anyone to diminish my value. I will stand up for myself and fight for what I deserve. I won't let anyone define my worth based on their narrow-minded beliefs.
Suit yourself, Lonnie. But don't expect sympathy or support from me. You'll realize soon enough that things won't change just because you're upset.
I decided to bring this story to ask my husband in the morning so that Cain could give me an answer. In the morning. Cain, I need to tell you something.
What's up?
Cain, I'm enraged. Why does your mom always deliberately call me useless and refuse to provide money for groceries for our children?
Lonnie, I'm getting tired of all this arguing. You should listen to Mom and understand your position instead of constantly bickering. It's giving me a headache.
I can't believe you're taking her side. She's constantly belittling me and disregarding our children's needs.
Look, Lonnie, maybe you should know your place and heed Mom's advice. It's not worth arguing all the time. You need to understand your role and position in this family.
I'm taken aback. So, is that why your family intentionally left me out of the family trip this week?
That's for you to think about, Lonnie. Not every decision in this family should revolve around your desires. You need to understand your position and act accordingly.
I can't believe you're saying this. I deserve to be treated as an equal member of this family. I contribute just as much as anyone else.
It's not about equality, Lonnie. It's about understanding your place and behaving accordingly. You need to respect the dynamics of our family. I'm getting frustrated. You should know better and listen to Mom instead of constantly arguing with her. It's giving me a headache.
But Cain, I thought we were a family. I don't understand why Mom treats me this way.
Lonnie, you need to understand your role and position in this family. Mom has her reasons, and it's not your place to question her.
So, that's why your family invited me to stay home and excluded me from the family trip this week, right?
It's up to you, Lonnie.
Cain, I'm really confused. Are you saying that I should base my worth and identity solely on this family and understand my position?
Yes, Lonnie. It's important for you to recognize your role within the family and adjust your behavior accordingly.
But does that mean your family decided to exclude me from the trip this week?
It depends on how you perceive it, Lonnie. Not every decision revolves around catering to your desires. You need to understand your place in this family before you can act in a manner that aligns with our family dynamics.
I never expected to be left out like this. It hurts to feel disregarded by your family.
It's important for you to reflect on your position within the family and make adjustments as necessary.
I am speechless you're saying such a thing.
It's not about equality, Lonnie. It's about understanding your place and behaving accordingly. You need to respect the dynamics of our family.
So, what's about the girl in the vacation?
Who?
The girl who is going with your family on the trip. Who is she, Kane?
She's just a friend of the family, Lonnie. You don't need to worry about it. There's no need to bring it up again. The travel plans have been made and there won't be any changes. You should stay home and take care of our children, as it's your responsibility.
I'm disappointed in how things are changing, Kane. I thought we were a family, supporting each other.
Lonnie, it's up to you to feel however you want. But please understand that the travel arrangements have already been made and there won't be any alterations. It's best if you focus on your duties at home and take care of our children. I'll be back soon.
I just feel let down by the changes I'm seeing in you, Kane.
I told you she's your friend and it's up to you, Lonnie.
Lonnie, I understand that you're upset, but you have to realize that not every decision can revolve around you. Our family has its own dynamics and considerations. It's important for you to reflect on your position and adjust your expectations accordingly.
It's just difficult for me to understand why I'm being treated differently and made to feel like an outsider in my own family. I thought we were a team, Kane. Shouldn't we make decisions together and support each other?
I understand your perspective, Lonnie, and I apologize if you feel that way. But sometimes, certain decisions are made based on various factors and circumstances. It doesn't mean you're less important or valued within the family. We all have different roles and responsibilities, and it's crucial to find a balance between them.
I just wish I could be included and considered in these decisions. It hurts to think that I'm being left out and my opinions don't matter.
Your opinions do matter, and I don't want you to feel excluded. But in this particular situation, the plans were already finalized, and it wasn't possible to accommodate everyone's preferences. It doesn't diminish your value or your role as a partner and parent.
Lonnie, I think we should stop this argument. It's not getting us anywhere.
No, Kane, we need to address the issue. Your family doesn't seem to respect me and treats me like a mere housekeeper. Everything just goes downhill if you don't address it.
I understand your concerns, but right now, I've had a long day at work, and I don't want to discuss this further.
How can you just brush it off? This is important to me, Kane. I deserve to be respected and treated as an equal in your family.
I hear you, but can we please talk about this another time? I'm exhausted, and I don't think we'll reach a resolution in this state.
It feels like you're avoiding the issue, Kane. This affects our relationship and our family dynamics. We can't just sweep it under the rug.
I'm not avoiding the issue. I just need some time to decompress before discussing it. We both need to approach this with a clear mind and open hearts.
Fine, Kane. Let's take a break for now. But remember, this is something that needs to be addressed if we want our relationship and family to thrive.
All right, Lonnie.
After witnessing everything that was happening to me, I suddenly realized that I had wasted my time with a lousy weaselkin and a family and mother-in-law who only scolded and humiliated me. I decided to move out during their vacation week. After that, Kane came to convince me many times, but I was too bored with everything, so I decided to break up peacefully. They also knew that I myself had a new home without help. Although they tried to contact me, I blocked these malicious people.
Morning, husband. I had to go to work early today. I made you a cup of coffee.
That's sweet. I'm too tired from business trip.
I know. Don't forget to take our son to school. It's raining tonight, so it'll get chilly. I left a coat on the couch for you. I couldn't help but notice this cherry lipstick on your coat. Can you explain why it's there?
Oh, that? It's not what you think, Linka. I actually bought it to use on the airplane.
Cherry lipstick? Why would you need cherry lipstick on a business trip? We've been together for years, and I've never seen anything like this before. I can't believe you got a cherry-flavored one, though.
Well, you know how dry the air can be on planes. I read somewhere that applying a bit of lipstick can help moisturize the lips. I decided to give it a try, and that's why I bought it.
Really, Kevin? Moisturizing your lips with cherry lipstick? I've traveled with you numerous times, and I've never seen you use lipstick before. It just seems odd that you would suddenly start using it now.
Of course, Linka. I didn't realize it would bother you so much. Let's sit down and discuss it openly. I want to reassure you that nothing inappropriate happened and that I value our relationship.
For sure. But we're going to be late for work now. Let's discuss later on today. Our relationship means everything to me, and I want to find a way to trust you again.
Lenka was shocked because Karen is her close friend. She shared with Karen everything, but turns out Karen betrayed her.
Hey Karen, do you have a moment? I wanted to talk to you about something that's been bothering me.
Sure, Lenka. What's on your mind?
Well, I recently found lipstick in my husband's pocket after his business trip. It's been making me quite anxious, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Do you think it's possible he's cheating on me?
Lenka, I understand why you're worried, but I think it's important to consider all possibilities. Finding a lipstick doesn't necessarily mean he's cheating, but it does raise some concerns.
What do you mean, Karen? I thought you would have some insight or advice on this situation.
Look, Lenka, infidelity is a sensitive and complex topic. While it's difficult to say for sure without more information, the presence of a lipstick could indicate something suspicious. It's crucial to have an open and honest conversation with your husband about your concerns.
But what if he gets defensive or denies any wrongdoing? I don't want to push him away, but I also can't ignore my instincts.
I understand your fears, Lenka. If your husband becomes defensive, it could be a sign that he's hiding something. Trust your intuition and observe any other changes in his behavior or patterns. It might be helpful to gather more evidence or seek professional advice if the situation persists.
I appreciate your honesty, Karen, but I was hoping for some reassurance. This uncertainty is tearing me apart.
I'm truly sorry, Lenka. Sometimes the truth can be painful, and it's better to face it head-on. Remember, though, that everyone's situation is unique. And there's a chance that the lipstick could have an innocent explanation. Lenka, I understand why you're feeling suspicious given the circumstances.
You're right, Karen. It won't be easy, but I can't let my worries consume me.
Lenka is still thinking about what happened this morning. She cannot keep this on her mind anymore. She finds Karen, her best friend, to confess.
Ma'am, don't you recognize me? I'm Teresa. I was your father's assistant. I met you at the company's opening ceremony.
I remember you. I think your hair was short then. Your hair in your photo profile is quite longer.
Yes. I got extensions. It looks real, doesn't it?
What brought you to this neighborhood?
Didn't Kevin tell you? I've been working as his secretary for over a year.
His secretary?
I raised my daughter alone, so it was hard to continue working in banking. I got a divorce. Kevin knew my situation and hired me as a personal assistant. Since work ends at 5 p.m., I can pick up my daughter. Today, Kevin asked me to pick up your son too. That's why I sent you a message to let you know that your son is home already.
Thank you for letting me know. But at 5 p.m.?
He always leaves work right at 5 p.m. He told me that you're at work and he was going to meet a new client after 5 p.m. So that I came to pick up your son and my daughter as well. They're studying same class.
Oh, right. Thank you for your help, Teresa. I'm on my way home now.
Teresa sent a message to Lenka to introduce herself and inform her that she picked up her son already.
I ran into Teresa on my way home today.
Who?
Your assistant. Why didn't you tell me?
Didn't I tell you? I thought I did.
Did you go on business trip together too?
Of course. She has experience as an assistant director, and she's good at her job. The investors were really fussy all about sort of things. I had to brief them for hours in the hotel room.
I guess you drank too.
I had to in order to lighten the mood.
Did Teresa drink too?
Sure. What's on your mind, babe? We're just colleagues. I swear that was nothing happened.
Just asking. I choose to believe in you. Oh, wait! What's it on your coat? I have short hair, but why does the long hair on your coat that I gave you this morning?
Oh, what's hair? I honestly have no idea how it got there, Linka. I haven't been around anyone with long hair recently.
Kevin, this is starting to make me really anxious. I can't ignore these signs. Are you sure there isn't something you're not telling me?
Linka, I understand why you're concerned, but jumping to conclusions won't help either of us. I promise you, there's no reason for you to worry. Let's try to figure this out calmly.
It's just that these things keep adding up, Kevin. The lipstick and now this hair. It's hard for me not to think that something is going on behind my back.
I understand why you might feel that way, Linka. But I assure you there's a logical explanation. Accusing me without concrete evidence will only create unnecessary tension between us.
I want to trust you, Kevin, but these signs are making it really hard. Can you help me understand why these things are happening?
I understand why you're feeling doubtful, Linka, and I'm committed to finding the truth together. Let's think through all the possibilities. It's possible that the hair could have come from another source, like a friend or colleague during a handshake. Oh, that might be Teresa's. I completely forgot that she had long hair too. You met her today and you can see that, right?
I guess that's possible, but it's still difficult for me to shake these doubts.
Come on, Linka. Our relationship means everything to me, and I don't want anything to come between us. By the way, I was invited to my customer's party tomorrow night. Would you like to come with me?
I'd love to. But is this your plan to prove anything?
No. Of course, babe. I really wanted you to come with me. As I said, you and our son are everything to me.
Thank you, Kevin. I will be there.
Lenka chatted with her husband. She found another clue on his coat and started losing her temper.
Karen, I need to talk to you about something that's been bothering me. I recently had a chance encounter with Teresa, Kevin's assistant, and something didn't sit right with me. He never mentioned having a new assistant. And I couldn't help but notice that both Teresa and the hair I found on Kevin's coat are long. It's making me wonder if there's something he's hiding from me.
It's important to trust your instincts, but before jumping to conclusions, let's try to gather more information. Have you considered having an open conversation with Kevin about your concerns? I completely understand, Lenka.
I haven't yet, but I think I need to. It's just hard to shake off these doubts, especially when there are these unexplained connections. I want to trust him, but it's becoming increasingly difficult.
Trust is crucial in any relationship, and it's important to address any concerns openly and honestly. Have a conversation with Kevin and express your feelings. Give him an opportunity to explain and provide clarity. I hope that having that conversation will provide you with the clarity you're seeking, Lenka.
You're right, Karen. Communication is key. I'll sit down with Kevin and share my worries. I just hope he can give me the answers I need to put my mind at ease. It's hard to ignore these coincidences.
Remember, it's important to approach it with an open mind and listen to his side of the story. Sometimes things can have innocent explanations that we may not consider. I'm here for you, Lenka.
Thank you, Karen. Your support means a lot to me. I'll gather the courage to have that conversation with Kevin and see where it leads us. Regardless of the outcome, I need to address these doubts and find peace within myself.
I'm here for you, Lenka. Remember, true friends support each other through thick and thin. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need someone to talk to or if you need any further guidance. Wishing you the best of luck with the conversation.
Thank you, Karen. Your friendship and advice mean the world to me. I'll keep you updated, and I appreciate your continued support.
Lenka sent a message to her best friend Teresa about what's boring her.
Teresa, it was so good to see you at the party last night. How have things been going since your divorce?
Lenka, it's great to see you too. Life has had its ups and downs, but I'm doing much better now. In fact, I wanted to introduce you to my new boyfriend, but it was very crowded last night.
Oh gosh. I never mentioned that you had a new boyfriend. This is quite a surprise.
I apologize for not mentioning it earlier, Lenka. Mark came into my life recently, and we've been getting to know each other. It's still a relatively new relationship, but I'm happy and excited about it.
That's quite unexpected, Teresa. I didn't realize you had moved on so quickly. I hope this brings you the happiness you deserve.
Thank you, Lenka. It's been a journey of healing and self-discovery for me. I understand this might be a lot to take in, and I appreciate your support. Sometimes, unexpected connections happen when we least expect them.
Of course, Teresa. I want nothing but the best for you. I'm just a bit surprised, but ultimately, it's your happiness that matters.
I'm glad to hear that, Lenka. I hope you understand that my focus now is on moving forward and finding happiness. If there's anything you'd like to talk about or if you have any concerns, please feel free to share them with me.
After the party, Lenka got Teresa's phone number and started chatting with her.
Kevin, I need to apologize. I'm sorry for jumping to conclusions and doubting your faithfulness. I recently had a conversation with Teresa at the party, and I mistakenly thought something was going on between you two.
Lenka, it takes a lot of courage to admit when we've made a mistake, and I appreciate your apology. I understand how it may have seemed that way, but I never intended to hide anything from you. I didn't mention Teresa's new boyfriend because I assumed she would have told you herself.
I realize now that I shouldn't have let my doubts cloud my judgment. I understand that you would trust Teresa to share that information with me, but it caught me off guard, and I let my insecurities take over. I'm sorry for not communicating my concerns with you directly.
Let's promise to be more transparent and understanding moving forward, so we can address any issues together.
I'm sorry for not communicating my concerns with you directly. I agree, Kevin. From now on, let's be more open with each other, share our feelings, and work through any misunderstandings together.
I'm glad we're on the same page, Lenka.
Then, Teresa sent a message to Kevin to apology. She knows that she was overthinking recently.
Kevin, I need to talk to you about something serious.
I'm all ears. But we shouldn't chat on this phone. Lenka is home now.
I'm sorry, but I had a conversation with Lenka after the party. She seemed suspicious, like she suspects you might be cheating on her.
What? Why would she think that? I've never given her any reason to doubt my faithfulness.
I understand, Kevin, but sometimes doubts can arise even without concrete evidence. It's important for you to be careful and take extra precautions to reassure Lenka. Make sure you're transparent and avoid any actions that could be misconstrued.
Teresa feels something strange in the conversation between Lenka and her. So she has to alert Kevin to watch out and be careful.
You know, Karen is Lenka's friend. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Is that Lenka you mentioned was me?
Lenka, I am truly sorry for my part in this. I made a terrible judgment call, and I never intended to hurt you. Please believe me.
Accidentally, the message was sent to Lenka. Teresa has no chance to go back.
Karen, you are a despicable excuse for a friend. I trusted you with my deepest secrets and shared so much with you. Turns out you've been sleeping with my husband behind my back. How could you do this to me? How could you be so heartless and selfish?
Lenka, I can't even begin to express how sorry I am. I never intended for any of this to happen. It was a moment of weakness, and I deeply regret my actions. Please believe me when I say that I never wanted to hurt you.
Oh, you regret it now? How convenient. You knew exactly what you were doing, Karen. You betrayed me, not only as a friend, but as a human being. I trusted you, and you spit on that trust without a second thought.
Lenka, I understand that my actions are inexcusable. I can't change the past, but I want you to know that I am genuinely remorseful. I will do whatever it takes to make amends, even if it means losing your friendship forever.
The guilt and regret you feel won't change anything, Karen. You have lost a true friend today. I hope you remember the pain you've caused me every time you look in the mirror. Goodbye, Karen. Kevin, I can't believe what I just found on your other phone. Messages between you and Karen, my colleague. How could you betray me like this? And Teresa, how could she assist him in hiding this from me?
Lenka, I'm so sorry. I never meant for things to escalate this way. I've made a terrible mistake, and I deeply regret it.
Believe you? How can I believe either of you? You've both betrayed my trust in the worst way possible. I can't believe I had to find out about this myself. Our marriage meant nothing to you, Kevin?
Lenka, I can't even begin to express how sorry I am for the pain I've caused you. It was a moment of weakness, and I should have never let it happen. I understand if you can't find it in your heart to forgive me. But I want you to know that I regret every single action I've taken.
Regret won't fix what you've done. I thought we had something real, something built on trust and love. But it was all a lie. I can't bear to be with someone who would betray me like this. You both knew what you were doing. I want a divorce, Kevin. I can't stay with someone who has broken our sacred vows.
Lenka, I understand if that's what you want. I will respect your decision. I am truly sorry for the pain I've caused, and I'll do whatever it takes to make amends. Even if it means losing you.
This is the end, Kevin. I deserve better than this. I deserve someone who will love and cherish me, not betray me behind my back. I won't tolerate infidelity in my life.
I will embark on a business journey next Saturday.
What? Next Saturday? But next week is Christmas.
Oh. I am bound by work and have no control over the situation. I suppose that undertaking a work-related excursion during Christmas is a facet of adulthood.
Is there any possibility for you to attempt rescheduling the trip?
Huh? What are you saying? There's no way I can do that. You know this is my job, right?
I understand. However, this is our inaugural Christmas celebration since our marriage. Didn't I previously express my eagerness to spend this occasion together with you?
You said that?
I did, but maybe you weren't listening. And, do you remember that my birthday isn't Christmas?
Oh yeah! It's unfortunate that your birthday coincides with Christmas.
It's not about that. So you want to celebrate our first Christmas after getting married and my birthday separately? Due to your recent excessive overtime work. It just feels like we haven't been spending much time together lately. Sometimes I wonder if getting married was the right decision.
You do? How come? Things should be fine. Being busy at work is a good thing.
Yeah, it is, but... Is this really about work?
Huh?
Before getting married, you rarely ever had to work overtime. And you never had to go on business trips. I've been wondering lately if you're truly that busy every day at work. So I actually went to your office the other day.
What? When did this happen? You better not have said anything weird at my work.
I didn't say anything. Your office building's lights were off. You said that you were working overtime, so that confused me. It seemed like no one was there doing overtime work.
You know, staying at the company isn't the only form of overtime work. I have to go out to dinner and hang out with my coworkers. Because of this, of course, we have to leave the office from time to time.
You count that as working overtime?
Of course, don't make things complicated. Regardless, my work trip has already been decided. So stop nagging me about it.
Why do you have to go on a business trip? Can't you get someone to take your place?
There's no way I can do that. I can't be so irresponsible. My status in the company is getting higher, so I have more responsibility now. That's why, of course, I have to work overtime more often now and go on business trips more frequently. So you have no right to complain.
I wasn't meaning to complain.
Well, this is how it is. I'll be working late tonight, so take care of things at home.
Huh? Today too? Okay, that's fine. But try not to work too late.
Andy, there's something that I was meaning to give you during the holidays. I received a lot of gifts, so can I go over to give them to you?
Thank you so much. I feel bad for you having to come all the way over there, so I'll go to you. What time works best for you?
Is that okay? If it's okay with you, why don't you come over when Mile has time? He's free on weekends, right?
Actually, Mile will be going on a business trip this weekend. He's been pretty busy lately, so I can just go over alone to pick up the gifts.
What? A business trip? But next week is Christmas, and isn't it your birthday?
Thank you for remembering. Yeah, it is, but it seems like he has to go on a business trip. It's his work, so nothing can be done about it.
If it was work. But hopefully he can make up for it before and after the trip. I'm sorry about my son.
You don't have to apologize. And it's his work, so I totally understand there's nothing that can be done about the situation. Don't worry about it.
I can't believe he's leaving you alone even with all the snow lately, and you're not used to this sort of climate. Are you okay with removing all the snow and driving through the snow?
I think it's fine since there's rotating in front of our house. I'm still practicing my driving.
Okay. I'm a little worried about you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. Bye.
Of course. I'm looking forward to it as well. Thank you for messaging me. About your business trip tomorrow, is it really a business trip?
What? You're bringing this up again? How many times do you need to get an answer until you're satisfied? Can you get yourself together?
You are the one who should get it together.
Huh?
I already know that it's not actually a business trip. I met with your coworker, Mr. Tom, and asked about it.
You asked Mr. Tom? Are you for real? Why would you do that?
He told me everything. He said that work has been slow lately, so everyone leaves the office on time. He also said there's no way that you would be going on a business trip.
I hope you didn't say anything you shouldn't have.
All I did was ask if you were actually going on a business trip. He probably doesn't know that you've been lying to me.
That's relief. Now, don't say anything stupid. It'd be embarrassing if anyone from work found out.
So that means you're doing something shameful. Where have you been going and with whom?
You're so annoying. Fine. I'll tell you. I'm going with a friend on a relaxing vacation. Is that what you wanted to hear?
You're going on a vacation with your friend on my birthday? Does this friend a girl?
Why should gender matter? We couldn't line up our schedule on another date, so it had to be that day.
The fact that you thought you were free that day is ridiculous. It's your wife's birthday.
You're already past 30, so don't worry so much about birthdays.
Don't go.
Huh?
You need to rethink things.
You really need to get yourself sorted out. How am I supposed to cancel the day before? Stop saying stupid stuff and messing around. Why don't you try being good at home? I'll be getting home late, so sleep on your own. Bye.
Please come home. We need to talk about this.
Even though I came home late and tired yesterday, you were super loud. You need to reevaluate your behavior. Have fun with your birthday. Be careful not to freeze.
What are you talking about?
I'm off to the resort. See ya. I'm going to have fun. Have fun in these next few cold nights.
What do you mean cold nights?
I'll be gone tomorrow, so stay put. I'm gonna go have fun at the resort.
A resort sounds impressive. I'm so tired of you. Just do whatever you want.
I'll be visiting your house now, Andy. I'm heading over by car. The snow is really bad, so I took a quick break at the gas station. Things seem to be getting better, so I'll head over now. I'm sorry for running late. Hey, Andy, where are you now? Your husband says he doesn't know where you went. Were you not planning on meeting for today? I apologize if I was mistaken.
What the heck is going on?
Huh? What?
Why would you do this? Hey, what the? My mom is freezing to death. Why did my mom go to the storage room? Call an ambulance now.
This is all your fault.
What?
So this is how it is. I just called an ambulance. Your father and I will head over there now.
Huh? You're with my dad? Why are you with him? What's going on? And what happened to my mom? This is not good.
Stop playing stupid games.
Huh?
You were planning on trapping me in the storage room, weren't you? I get it now.
Yeah, so why is my mom in there?
You wanted me to get trapped in the storage room while you go to a resort with some girl. You're a piece of trash. You're the one who got your mom trapped.
Yeah, but why?
How should I know? I was planning on meeting with your mom. I was just heading over to her house, so I have no idea what happened. But your mom probably knew that since I'm not used to driving in the snow. Maybe she tried coming to me.
But then why is she in the storage room?
I don't know, but why does that matter? Do you understand what you've done? You went on vacation to cheat on me and come home. To find that your mother is freezing in the storage room and now you're upset at the fact that it wasn't me? I really wish this was a joke. Your father and I have been looking for your mother since yesterday.
What? Since yesterday?
Of course, why wouldn't we? I wasn't able to meet her even though we had agreed up on doing so. And your father said that he had no idea where your mother went. We were about to ask the police to search for her.
You're lying! This can't be true!
It's obviously true.
I had mistaken her for you.
Oh, so you'd be fine with me getting frostbite?
No, I never expected it to last this long. I expected that you would find a way out. I didn't want you to complain about me leaving. So I was gonna trap you for a little bit of time.
Only a little bit? Huh. It makes me sick that you openly admit that your original plan was to trap me. You don't care about my well-being whatsoever. You should have just straight up told me you wanted a divorce.
Huh? But I wasn't thinking about divorce.
Are you kidding me?
It's my fault for cheating on you, but it was just for fun. I never planned on divorcing you.
You leave your wife alone on her birthday to go on vacation with some other girl. And yet you say that you had no intentions of getting a divorce. Stop messing around. In reality, you actively tried putting me in danger by trapping me in the storage room.
I'm telling you that's not what I intended. I just wanted to play a little prank on you, okay?
That's not okay, you piece of trash. I don't want to hear it anymore and don't come to the hospital.
But,
Your dad is really mad at you.
can I go to the hospital too? Is Mom Oak? Is Dad still mad?
Do not come to the hospital. If you come, you'll be punched by your dad.
Why is he so mad?
Isn't it obvious? His son sent his own mother to the hospital.
But I'm telling you I didn't mean to.
Your mother barely made it.
What a relief! I was so on edge thinking that something had happened to her. Now things can get back to normal. Let's make peace.
Huh? You're joking, right?
What?
Your mom is totally mad and saying that she wants to break off ties with you.
Huh? Break off ties?
And I want a divorce. I've already told your parents.
A divorce? Are you being serious right now?
Obviously. Think about what you've done. I caught you cheating, and now we are getting divorced. You'll have to pay for the damages. After all, you knowingly took a risk to do this.
No, I didn't. I didn't even think too hard about what I was doing. Breaking off ties, getting a divorce, please just stop all this. I just wanted to have a little fun.
Your version of having a little fun is trapping people in storage rooms? You are sick?
No, Andy, you love me, right? Divorce isn't realistic.
You've become the person I hate most in this world. I hate you even more than those bullies from middle school. I don't want to see your face anymore. I'm leaving you. Your mom doesn't want to see you anymore either. Do you understand that you've lost your whole family now?
Did I really do something that bad?
How have you not realized? The price you pay for your little fun is pretty big? After that, Andy paid no attention to Mile. Mile visited the hospital and sought his family's forgiveness. However, his parents remained unconvinced, leading to the finalization of their divorce. They made the declaration that they would be cutting ties with him. He was compelled to compensate for the losses, and his partner, along with his romantic involvement, abandoned him. All he had remaining was a mountain of debt in a vacant house, as a result of the repercussions from his reckless affair. Were beyond his capacity to manage.